Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? I just flew back in from Vegas, and boy are my arms tired. Actually, I've never made that joke before, and I realized I probably shouldn't have made it now. But anyway, we're going to be playing some Gruul Ramp today and just playing some big monsters, so let's go get to it. If you want to buy any cards for today's deck or any other game stuff, remember to go to CoolStuffInc.com. You can use code DRAGON, that'll save you 5% at checkout. And Cool Stuff Inc. always has cool stuff in stock. Also, credit here to Philippa Carolla, because I was already working on a list, and hers is actually very similar, so I'm going to play hers with just a couple of changes because it's going to save us some time today. But we're going to start with Charm Scoundrel, because this actually allows us to make a treasure more often, which is what we're going to want here. So we can go from 2 to 4 and play some key cards if we feel we need them. We can also play Bramble Familiar. This card's good early and good late because it can let us just get some creatures for free, which have some pretty big effects in this list. We're also going to play Ruby, Daring Tracker. This is actually great because it's just extra mana, but often going to be a 3-power attacker because we're going to have other big things attacking with it. Speaking of other mana things, we're also going to be playing Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia, mostly because we're going to have some pretty big stuff to cast, and this should even untap and get some extra counters throughout the game. We're going to play some Topiary Stomper because it just goes and fetches land, and we're playing Ramp today. I'm also going to be playing Invasion of Zendikar because, well, more Ramp, right? Now, a card we do like that we played in some of our other Gruul lists here are Luca. Luca's actually pretty cool because it can give us more mana to make creatures, but even just making 3/3 and a pinch is pretty good, and it gives us another bit of removal so we don't have to play the smaller removal cards, which we like as well. We're going to be playing some Gruff Triplets because, well, this card's actually pretty sweet, and we should be able to get to 6 mana very easily. So I like what this brings to the table. Of course, we're going to be playing Atali because free spells are awesome, and we're going to play Tyrannix Rex because, well, bashing your opponent for 8 is awesome. And usually just a couple of attacks from this gets the game over with, considering we did anything else relevant during the early parts of the game. Now, the card that Philippa played that made me change a couple of things in my list was actually Green Sun's Twilight. This card's sweet. It can let you go find land or a creature, but because we're able to ramp, if we can just spend a lot of mana, we can just put one of those cards into play, and it's great, and it's going to help us end the game even faster. So we love that. So let's see if all these cards work out together, and if you want the full list, you can get it at the end of the video, or you can go down to the description, look for the little blue arrows, it'll take you to our Moxfield link, and you can see today's deck, and a whole pile of other decks that are ready for this season. But let's go see how fast we can get these big creatures out with all this Rampy Ramp stuff. Oh boy, these are the type of draws I don't love, but I'm going to keep it if we find some other mana creatures. Mostly because, oh, there's one of them. These don't do... Like, the Topiary Stompers are just slow in some fights, which is why, if you see a lot of my list, people may wonder why I don't play max numbers of them. That's exactly why, is because they don't do enough early. Yeah, like here, I don't think we can win this fight unless we just draw a Tyrannix Rex, I think is the plan here. Like, everything else kind of doesn't really matter. I'm probably even going to play Bushwhack just to go search for a land, honestly. But that's like one of those cards that it's hard for the opponents to exile. They obviously can't counter it, so you just hope to get that hit a couple of times and maybe it does enough. And while I do like this, I'm going to choose not to play it here. It's one of the things that can help us out, so I don't necessarily want to waste a real potential play. I'm going to play this. Like, if they just want to counter this, fine. We can live with it. They may even want to just use a removal here to sweep the board. And if so, I was going to say, if so, we'd just go for Luca. But that was not a thing, so let's attack. Wow, opponent's just going to eat that. I mean, when they say that, you know, they ate, they didn't mean like that. Okay, well, what do we do here then? I mean, we still have to attack 4 more times before this is even a real thing, right? We got, well, 3 more times. Yeah, I don't think I want to feed them Luca yet. They might just land in Farewell here, which would be fine. Ossification's annoying. But we can live with that. Also would have been bad if we'd have played Luca. We'd have got nothing for it, so that doesn't hurt that much, really. All things considered. They probably have a Dissipate. But let's go ahead. I'm going to pay the extra mana, or the life. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we have the mana to go ahead and just pay for this. Even if they have mana leaks or whatever. Or make disappear. I always call it mana leak. Alright. I mean, they'll probably just dissipate it. We're seeing that in a lot of lists these days. Yeah, exactly. So, not shocked at all. I could go searching, but there's no point for just 2 mana. We'll make the opponent deal with some things. Let's go ahead and hit this for 1, 2, for 6. I mean, it only has to be 5, but 6 is fine. It doesn't really change anything. Just lets us look at more cards. Alright, choose a creature and or land card. We're going to go get Sexy Rexy. And a land. We will get a Carplusion Forest. Choose Battlefield or hand. It's going to be Battlefield. Yep, gain that life. Alright, they're at 6. Obviously, whatever sweeper they have, we're about to see right now. Yep. Not a surprise. Get them while their shields are down. Oh, what a hit. What a hit. Oh, that's so good. That's gross. Yeah. That was awesome. Yeah, in the turn. That was fantastic. Fabulous, even. Yeah, love it. Oh, and the hits keep coming. The hits just keep coming. All right. Oh, we got it. We got it, right? They could have depopulate, I guess. Oh, now they could have another Sunfall. Oh, got there against a control deck. Okay, I say we keep this. And I think I'm just going to use this to go search. Go ahead and get another forest here. Could be a little getting ahead of ourselves here, but I think that's fine. Play this, get a treasure. Ooh, they don't have a cut down. That's good to know for a little Gwenna. Not saying they don't have something else, but good to know. Oh, they get our invasion as Zendikar. That sucks. That's actually a real good hit for them. They also know we have Gruff's triplets now, which is very disappointing. So if they have a counter, it's definitely going to stay up to counter that. Because it's what I would do, or kill Gwenna right now. Yeah, I was going to say, those are kind of your options. Play this, play this. I could have kept some information hidden, but not much point. I mean, I guess it could have worked. Them not knowing what one of the other cards, they might have wasted a duress or something. Fairy Mastermind, okay. Gonna attack. Can't really even use this, because if they have a make disappear, it doesn't help us out any. Needed something cheaper. I mean, now they can still sacrifice their fairy to get us, but, you know, what else are we going to do?
The system can't fix everything. Now
Alright, come on, something cheap. Like, we know you ain't doing nothing else. Like, you ain't fooling nobody. Alright, so we're going to try to do this knowing what's coming. Oh, they didn't have it? Oh. Oh. What? Even with 5 cards? They had 5 cards and they were stuck on mana for at least 1 turn there, but they only had like 3? So like... Oh, sweet. And we get to make our other dudes bigger? Oh, no, because it exiles. Wait. Oh, because it made their power and toughness minus. Ah, that's good. That's one way to get around that. That's so interesting. What else is there? I guess their hand is a bunch of sorcery speed stuff, maybe? Oh. Very peculiar. Gonna kill another one. Oh, bounce it. That's one way to do it. Ooh, we get to go big here if we want to. I think we're just doing this. We can do the green sun next turn. See what we find before we attack. Another Italia. I guess that's fine. Decline casting that. Doesn't matter. They both have summoning sickness here. Those are things we like to see, though. Yep, we don't hate these things. So these can go here. This can go here. Seems good. Alright. Now if they've somehow wiped the board or whatever, we can go for Green Sun Zenith, I guess. Oh, no! They found a duress at the right time. Oh, if that was like Gix's command, they would have wiped out everything but this 3/3, which would have been pretty big. That had potential to be pretty sick. That's strong here too. Don't hate that. Yeah. I'm going to do this so Ruby is bigger when we attack. So we have to have creature power 4 greater. Oh no, these are all 3s. What am I thinking it's bigger than that? I guess because it costs 6. Never mind. I could have waited. Doesn't matter though. They're all getting in there. Yep, you got it. You can trade with something if you want. We don't mind. I mean, they have to top deck a sweeper. And even then, I don't know one that's going to kill all of our creatures, so whatevs. They're at 8. If this draws a card, they go to 7. Yeah, that ain't going to cut it. There we go. Ooh, boy, this is rough. I think I have to mulligan this. I don't think you want more than 2 of your things that cost 5+. Or, I mean, 6+ in your hand, so. Oh. This didn't get a lot better. We'll keep it. I'm going to put back one of these. And we'll see how this works. Alright, I'm going to go for this. Get... oh boy. I guess we just get a forest. I mean, I'm hoping that we draw something they have to spend some burn damage on next turn. Oh, we're going to be in a world of hurt here. Yep. They're just going to pile it on. Alright. Come on, please don't kill our familiar. I assume they would, because I would. I would totally kill our familiar. But they're not, because they would have killed it and attacked with everything, so they must not have it. But they're just missing out on damage otherwise. Oh, they don't. Okay, we at least have a shot. I don't know how good of a shot, but we at least have a shot here. I mean, I've seen some crazy things. The opponent might also be able to just do 16 to his next turn. I don't know. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pump these. 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, it's not that unreal. Let's see what they have. Okay. Alright. That's a lot. We're at 9. Do we have anything? I mean, we just need this to hit big, right? Or we're just dead. We got to get 2 things that stick. This, I mean, okay. Alright. Better than nothing. And we search for a land, which allow us to block with this, so that's fair. Can't attack. We're only at 9. We do have to remember that the infantry tramples, but it'll have to get past the tally if they don't have a removal. Okay, good thing we have some green and some red things, so that helps. But Baird's going to be letting them go wider each turn, which is not great for us either. They might have another Iganjo in hand. Okay, they don't. I was going to say, those situations do actually happen. All right, let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And see, oh, actually we can go 7? I didn't realize I miscounted. 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, I guess we can do 7. I mean, we could use familiar too, but I don't want to do that just yet. Actually, hold that thought. I think I only want to do 6, because then I can... oh, I need 2 to return the familiar to my hand. Ah, never mind. Then 7 it is. Alright. Just keeping us maximum number of blockers if possible. I guess I could also use Sakenzan on the cheap since I had Natali. Legendary. Could have also flipped the Tali, but didn't know how I felt about that. My opponent's got something here. What are they trying to do? Oh, they're going to torch. Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't matter greatly other than just having access to another blocker. And we missed all the big stuff. Oh, no. Ah, damn. Okay, well, that sucked a lot. Oof. That hurt. As many big things as we have to hit, and we missed almost all of it. Ooh, that is brutal. I mean, if we attack, we get the infantry. If they don't have any other spells. I mean, I guess it's worth it. Assuming they block with those. If they block with 3 plus of other stuff, we don't really care. Like, that's fine. Alright. Okay, that did not go well. I think next turn we can at least try to Atali, maybe. Play at Sushi. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Won't have quite enough for that. But we are only at 8. And eventually they're going to have enough blockers. So I think we got to take the safe path first, which is at Sushi. Go to attacks with these two here. Just to get another body. Okay, they're going to let us, which is good. So we'll at least keep up for one more turn. And then we go ahead and do this. In the turn, I think I'm like double checking. Like, is this what we want to do? Yes, actually. So we can actually make a mirror token, or a whatever, not a mirror token, but you know what I mean, the little parasite. Mirror little metal things that make mana and stuff. Whole different creature type. Alright, so we have a lot of things we want to do here. Let's do this. And then we have some mana creatures, so let's activate this, return this to our hand, discard this. Even though 2 blockers would be nice, we have bigger creatures that are tramplers, and we should just get those to try to end things here. That's actually pretty nice too, though. But we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually can almost do that anyway. Where are big bosses at? What's going on? Alright, Gwenna. I guess you win. Wow, just some of our cards are hiding out. Not giving us any help here. Attacking with that Sushi, these 2. Probably should just be attacking with the Tali here too. But I'm not sure what the opponent could top deck. And I don't think we want these infantries to be too big. Especially if they're playing this thing that gives your creature +2/+2 and indestructible, lifelink, whatever. Trample. Alright, finally they're going to do some of those. Okay, I was wondering when that was going to happen. Sure. Gonna save one. Shoot something else. That makes sense. Alright, fair enough. Could have been worse, but I'm not too upset at that. Alright. Maybe I should have went with more blockers on the Gruff Striplets, but my plan is actually hoping that we get to tap Gwenna to cast this. Gwenna untaps with extra counters, and we attack with a bunch of 4 power things plus a Tali, and hopefully put the opponent on notice. However, they have 2 cards now that they could pump stuff with potentially, and we might just be dead being at 8. Because they have a whole bunch of 1/1s that we're not going to be able to block very easily. But they're passing here and wanting to go wider yet again. So, let's tap Gwenna for green. And then if we were to return this, that's 2. We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana left over. So we'd be just short of being able to do both things. Don't love that. So next turn, we're just going to attack here. I think we get in for 4. We'll have 1, 2. If assuming I attack with the tally here, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockers. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess that's all we can attack with, effectively. Ugh. All right. I think that's all we can do. Okay. End the turn. Hopefully they don't kill us here. I mean, they might just go for it, because if they even have just 1 or 2 things that pump, like, it's probably good enough to get us. See, that's exactly the card I was thinking about them having. Which turns out keeping the Atali back was the right thing here, because now they go to 14. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually going to block, I was going to say block with one of the Gruff triplets, actually. Was going to be the plan here to, well, then they lose here, right? Because I think we can block in a way that 8 does not get through. Now, if they make something protection from green, yeah, I think that's their plan here. Yeah, make it pro-green. Because then that forces us... Wait, they put red? Oh, see, the opponent should have put green. Because then I would have to use a tally to block there to not have the trample damage come through, but whatever. Alright. I definitely think they should have chosen a different color, but that's neither here nor there. Alright. So we'll block here, block here, 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 here. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7 right now, right? I mean, we just let the other thing hit us. 4, 5, 6. I mean, in a world where they might have... You know what? You know what? Let's do this just in case. Because they might play a land, shock us, or something stupid, right? So we don't just walk into that. This way, we only take 1 trample, 2, 3. That's 5. I don't think they have anything they can deal that damage with just 1 card. And I think we're good. So let's do that. Yep, looks like none of those did anything. All right, cool. And they're at 12. We're going to return this. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that game was a little weird because it was playing against a token deck, doing token things. But we almost were playing like a token deck, just making multiple things and finding stuff to put extra things in play. But man, we missed badly there. You know, and a couple of times with the Familiar and the Green Suns, I think it was, or whatever we cat. Yeah, like just didn't hit any of our big bodies, which was very disappointing. But managed to win that just the same, so I'll take it. Ooh, this feels like a very easy... If we played against Mono Red with that hand, we were just dead from the get-go. Keep this, put this back in, because we're probably going to shuffle stuff with the Zendikar anyway. And sure enough, there's Mono Red. So, yeah, we would have been complete toast if we'd have made that other plan of attack. So, glad we didn't. Uh-oh, did they keep the all burn hand here? I mean, the other side of that, too, is all the stuff we kept is pretty small and easy for them to kill. We didn't even get, like, a Gwena or anything here, so we could be up against it just the same. But I think we're just going to do this here. Logic being that I'm assuming Familiar is going to die, so the next turn we could at least Ruby into Familiar, possibly. Unless we have a hand that I think gives us an opportunity to Zendikar into something else, then I might do that. If it seems like a realistic possibility. Like, we draw something that costs 6 or 7, maybe. But we don't have that option now because it killed our creature. So, that's not bad, but we can't really afford to lose the life here. Not at this moment. So we're just going to do this. Hope their burn spells don't wreck us too much. I mean, they might have 2 and get both of our duders. That would suck. But we need something good real fast, deck. We're running out of time. Okay, so they're going to play with fire. And get them a dragon or just kill us? Interesting. And they didn't attack for the extra 2 with the land, and it doesn't look like they would have anything. Ruby's a terrible draw there. Oh, no. Ruby is real bad. That is definitely not a card we wanted to see. If they have a lightning strike, I don't know if we can win now. Because we can't... I mean, I really want to do this and thin the deck out in case we draw something, but I think this is the best we can do right now. Gosh. I want to take 2, but I don't think we can even afford to. I think we just have to play. Our hand just ended up not being good enough here. Like I said, we needed somewhere along the way like a Gwynner or something that just didn't happen. But if it is just kill this, then I think we're just dead, right? I mean, they have lands to attack us with, and we're only at 8. If they come in with everything, we're taking at least 4 here. And we are on death's doorstep. Now, if they don't kill Luca, we do have a chance to draw something big, like a Tally or something that could potentially help us. Alright, so they're leaving all that back. So I'm assuming their hand's just a land at this point, then. Oh, why was that not bigger? Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. What are we going to do here? Alright. I mean, I guess we kill a Phoenix chick. Then what they do, they activate a land, attack with 1, 2, 3 things. They can make another Phoenix chick come into play as a 2/2, and then we take 3. That's pretty ugly. We don't like that. Let's have this fight this. And there is room for a weird play here if we wanted to. We could, like, invasion, use Luca to play Ruby, and Ruby attacks into this for 3, but then we're kind of shields down, and that's pretty gross. I don't think we can really do that. But it is one of those plays, you know, you think about. Like, it's possible. Alright, I'm just going to do this. Try to give ourselves a shot next turn. We have 2 blockers on the ground. Hopefully we can produce enough here. If we get a Tally, maybe we get a burn spell. Can kill a Phoenix chick or something. Let's see. If we attack... Well, this already has 1 damage on it, so that's not even any good. Alright. I don't think they're going to break and draw another land here, so we just have to hope something doesn't help them kill us. Well, that's going to kill Luca, so that's the end of that. Okay. Whatever it is, we got to top deck something now. We're in that mode. I mean, I guess I could have killed both Phoenix chicks with Luca, but you were way too late, Gwenna. Way too late. Gosh, dang it. Yeah, burn spell and we just die next turn. That's tough. Alright, they're going to block 1 of them. Not really sure what that does. Make it a 3/3 and kill 1? I mean, you committed. I mean, you might as well do it now. I wish this land we were getting had reach. I say land. I guess technically a creature that makes mana, but... Alright. Okay. The other thing is here, if we can get our big 8/8, we can still win as well. If they're lightning strike, we're still dead here. Yeah, that kills us too. Alright, GG's. We're all done. Ugh, gross. Oh boy. You know what? Let's just keep it and see what happens. I'm pretty sure this is bad, but at least we get to play back-to-back Gwynnas, and if Gwenna just dies, Gwenna dies, you know? Alright. And maybe we find like a 2-mana thing here we can cast. Help us out a little bit. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Alright, that works. That's something. I mean, I'm assuming she's dead, even if it's just something like Liliana or whatever. But it's a start. Nope, another Harvester. An Epicure, sure. Yeah, not blocking. I mean, if you're going to let me keep it, I'm not going to complain about it. Alright, I guess we just Gwenna then, right? And then Gwenna's going to draw a target next turn, I assume, if they have any kill spells. I mean, they could use both Harvesters here, I guess, too. But if not, then I guess we go for either the triplets. Actually, if they don't... I was going to say, if you don't kill those, then we just go off. Sure. Okay. Those are a nuisance, but they don't bother us that much, actually. Yeah, no blocks. Okay. I guess go for another one of these. See if they want to use the other Harvester. Pass the turn. Create a food. Yes. They're going to crack food, kill our Ruby. That's unfortunate. Okay. So we get to keep our creatures, I think. They'll probably just blow up Harvester here, right? Kill Gwenna? That makes sense. We are only at 12, so they might just decide it's worth it to attack instead. No, they're not even. Okay. Okay, we're going to attack with both. Sure. Alright, I'm going to gamble up here then. Go to 6. I mean, we probably die a horrible death along the way, but we're gambling. Alright. We're at 8. Do we make 1/1s here now that we have this opportunity? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can Gwenna untaps, so then we'd have 2, 3 available if we don't use this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Untap, so we have 3. I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Wouldn't have done what we wanted to anyway. That's fine. Sweet. Sweet. Love to see it. Oh, I could have tapped Gwenna another time with that on the stack, because this actually would have produced more. I mean, not matters. I don't really have 4, but oh, well, I only can use that mana for creatures anyway. So it's largely irrelevant. All right. Attack with these. I'm thinking, like, how do we die here? Like, this costs 5, so if they get a land, they could crack this. That's 3. They'd be able to kill Braids. We'd only be able to block 1, 2, because this could sack and kill Gwenna. We could block 2 things. Go to 6. Go to 5. And then maybe try to kill them next turn. Yeah. You know what? I think that's what we're going to do. I'm willing to risk it. And do we have everything we need for the Gruff's triplets if Gwenna dies? 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't. So I'm going to sack one of these and see if they're willing to sack a creature. Okay. Works for me. I mean, that's one less creature attacking us, so it's a fine trade for us. Especially since we're attacking with Tramplers next turn. That's only 6. Gotta have some more damage. Oh, they're gonna just cast the Gumdrop to kill it. Alright, fair enough. We're okay with that. I accept the terms of this negotiation. Yep. And we are definitely going to be doing some blocking, in case you were wondering. Bloxy, Bloxy. Alright, we're at 6. I think we can get this done, but you never know. It's still going to be pretty close here. We use those. We untap. We can use... Is this activated abilities on creatures? Ooh, does that count for this? No, because it's a adventure. That's unfortunate. All right, let's go ahead and do this anyway. So we get a bigger Gwenna. And then we go to attacks. And I think all of this gets to attack, right? Assuming they block braids, so they gain 3, they go to 14, they take 8, 9. Yeah, we got 3 blockers back. Sure, let's see what they draw. All right, sounds good. They're at 2, they go to 5. We're at 6. There's probably some ways we could die, but I feel pretty safe, oddly. Was amusing because I was considering using braids to sacrifice one of our gruff triplets to pump our dudes, which would have been pretty amusing. All right, I think we're good here now. Even if they had something that gave their stuff haste, we'd be fine. Yep. They can go to 8, but that's not going to be nearly enough. They can go to 9, I guess, technically. Yep, crack that. See if you find something else good. Yeah, even Rankle's Prank's not going to be good enough here. Yep. Love it. All right, let's keep it. And we'll pass. Any chance this is just mono blue? Because that's what it feels like. It is not, though. So, let's see what this do. We're going to go treasure. And they can kill our little critter if they want to. Fairy Vandal? Sure. Alright, at least we know what they got. So we're on fairies, it looks like. Most likely. Could be wrong, but we'll see. Yep. It doth be some fairies. Okay, they only have a blue open, so I think I'm going to use this opportunity. Ooh. Dang, I was going to say to play Gwenna. But... They could also have Fading Hope as well, which would suck. But... Do we just Gwenna? I mean, I guess so. Gwenna fight something and waste our treasure, but... If they don't have any responses, there's probably the time to do it. Alright. Not the turn I was planning on, but, you know, it's the turn that'll do. Alright. What are we gonna do? We do this, it still leaves us 2 mana? Sure. Go get a forest. Cast a ruby that can be countered because we already have another ruby, so we're not worried about it. Oh, well, let's see if they got something else. We'll let ruby attack for 3. I mean, flash blockers don't work well against that. Yep, another vandal. Okay, we take 2. They're not drawing a card. We love to see that. Aren't you special? I mean, it didn't have a counter. I mean, maybe they didn't just want to waste a counter on Ruby, though. That could be real. But you know, even if we get to untap Gwenna and then we can still play Bramble Familiar, I guess, if we wanted to. Ugh. Yeah, you gotta have a counter by now, though, right? Hold on, let me think about this. Yeah, alright. If they got a counter, they got a counter. They have to have one, though. Or a kill spell, one or the other. But I was gonna say, you've not played anything else. Like, come on now. Alright. Okay, they're at the point now they're saving to try to counter stuff or other. So let's go ahead and attack. Actually, we could do this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for 4, leave 2 up. Let's attack first. See if we can get them to spend some mana on something. Just those. Let's see what they're up to. So if they spend any amount of mana, then we could possibly just Green Sun's Twilight. Is that all we're doing? And I mean, do we do a weak Green Sun for like 3? Just to see what's there? And not get caught by something? Alright. Nah, I guess we can wait, right? Yeah. Don't have to be in a hurry here. They'll flash in something else. Yeah, sure. Mill some things. Get to put a card in your hand. Alright, so now we know they have a spell stutter. But at some point, you're going to have to block all this damage, opponent. Oh, Ego Drain. Alright, well, they're going to get our Green Sun anyway. Bad times. Yeah, I was going to say, what are we choosing? And we know. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would need to draw a land to use the Bramble Familiar. But with them only having 1 mana up, I'm going to go for it. Because we don't need this other ruby here. Ah, we missed. And we drew another Gwenna. That was about as bad as that could have been. Sadly, we can't really use that because we're short of mana. So, this is all we can do. Alright, opponent's at 8. I should have just saved to attack, but no. Opponent's celebrating that they got a 3rd land, I guess. Like, the benefit to fairies really is that they can play on so little land. But if you stick a couple of quality bodies, which we did have for cheap here, it becomes hard for them to block. I like this little tandem here. I see what they're trying to do with the little Fairy Vandal. Use that to pump your Deuter. Get some better card value. Maybe find some land they've been wanting. This should do it, though. But you see why sometimes the Stomper doesn't really work out, right? Like, I totally get why people want to play 4 Topiary Stompers in their deck, but a lot of times I only play 3. And it's for situations just like this. Like, sometimes you just don't get the 7 lands. And even there, had we drawn another one, we still would only had 6. So then we would have had 2 blockers, or 2 creatures not attacking or blocking. So, and again, I don't think it's necessarily wrong to play 4 Topiary Stomper. I just personally don't appreciate it as much, especially for best of 1. I'm a little more, if I was playing best of 3, I probably would do it more often. But for best of 1, especially when you're playing against other aggro decks, mono red, mono white, whatever, sometimes you just need a thing that can just get in the way for a turn. Or at least keep them from attacking because I know they're going to lose a creature, right? And you just can't do that. You don't have enough time with that. So that's kind of why when people see the deck list, they're like, why are there only 3 Topiary Stomper? That's exactly why. It's a personal preference. I think if you want to play 4, go for it. I don't think it's a big deal, but just something I wanted to point out whenever people see the list. Hey, guess what? We're on the draw again. Some days it's like that. I feel like some days we just get like a lot, and then other days don't see it at all. I guess I'm gonna hold this for now. We have a lot of mana in hand. Might be better as a fight spell depending on what we're up against. Sadly, they are ramping, and that's not what you like to see. Let's just go with this. Our fight spell doesn't actually do anything there. I mean, the best thing we can do is just play Gwenna and hope. Like, you can attack me for 3, opponent. Oh no, they're gonna play. They're going hardcore. Ooh, you know what that means? We're probably gonna get hit with the festival next turn. So, this is where holding onto this bushwhack might have come in handy. All right. If they don't have any other land, if they have a 4th land, they're just gonna festival anyway. But still got to try. I mean, it could also be the new creature land that comes into play tapped, and then okay, cool, that's acceptable. They still got more? Oh, goodness. All right. So what can we get away with here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So whatever we play is getting countered. So I guess, assuming they have a counter. So let's try this first. Okay, it looks like they don't even have that, so it doesn't matter. Alright, opponent takes 8. It goes to 11. Gets 4 poison. There's the Storm of the Festival, which we knew was somewhere nearby. I assumed at least one card in their hand was Festival. I guess it's possible it could have been 2. But now they're looking for something to probably double up, block our Tyrannix Rex. And I don't know, but this is kind of what I was talking about. Where you have a Topiary Stomper, and it can't actually block, right? So, when you end up against these mid situations where you don't have the land yet, it's just not big enough to do anything to help you out. So like here, if the opponent wants to block our Tyrannix Rex, they don't even have enough power on board. They've got 6. Which is pretty brutal for them, actually. We'll do that. Just, oh, I don't get to untap Gwenna. Forgot. Oh well, they're scooping anyway. My math there in my head, I was thinking I was going to untap Gwenna and maybe use another thing, but it didn't really matter. I was going to be attacking for 8 anyway, and they were going to be forced to make a tough decision. And even then, they wouldn't have enough mana to flash that back, so they're probably looking for just another Storm the Festival in their hand. But unless one of those is a land, they're still not able to block with Topiary Stomper, and then next turn's bad, so yeah. But in that case, I would have just attacked with the Tyrannix Rex first, so they don't have this extra information when they block, and then play this and be ready to do stuff the next turn. Would have been the correct order to do that in. But either way, didn't matter. You know, killed their mana creature on the turn it mattered, forced them to slow down 1 turn from the Storm of the Festival, and we were able to get our Tyrannix Rex. So, good times. Yes, overall, this played pretty well. We had a lot of early mana, which helps. You know, your mid-rangey things are pretty good. Didn't draw Invasion of Zendikar as much as I would like on like the key turn, but we know the card is still useful, especially when we're trying to ramp up, so it just kind of is what it is. I do have a couple other things I want to say about this, but I think the list is mostly fine. So we've got 3 Bushwhack, 3 Charming Scoundrel, 4 Bramble Familiar, 3 Ruby Daring Tracker, 3 Gwenna, 3 Topiary Stomper and Atsushi, 4 Invasion of Zendikar, 2 Luca, Bound to Ruin, 2 Gruff Triplet, 3 Atali, 3 Tyrannix Rex, 2 Green Suns, Zenith. Twilight. Zeniths are the old ones. Then we have 4 Mountains, Sakins and Pasaju, 7 Forests, 4 Copperline Gorge, 3 Carplusian Forests, 3 Rockfall Vale, 1 Merrick's. And the reason we didn't max these out is we wanted a few more basics to go get because we have stuff like Invasion of Zendikar, Topiary Stompers, you know, that are going to be going and getting our basics. And we just want to make sure we have enough. Even same thing with Bushwhack, being able to pull one out. So just wanted to kind of point that out in case you're wondering. But yeah, let's talk about something real quick about Green Sun's Twilight. You know, I want to say I really do like the card. I think it's useful and fun and interesting, and it's a good way to do something with the mana, right? Especially when you get late. It's nice having this X spell that you can just put 6, 8, 9 mana into, practically guarantee that you find an Atali or a Tyrannix Rex, and that can get close in the game at that point, which is pretty sweet. Even better if you're able to load up another, like the Merrick's or something, and, you know, try to get yourself out of trouble that way. So, like, lots of fun stuff we can do with this. The thing, though, is it is the type of card that sets itself up to be countered quite a lot. So, would you be better off playing like another Charm Scoundrel and another Bushwhack, right? To give you a little more removal and maybe a way to ramp up a little easier to play your other things. Like, quite possibly. I mean, it's also not guaranteed because, as you saw in the video, I think I had at least one game where I missed pretty significantly on my stuff. So, like, it happens. Even with us having, I think, like 8 or 9 like significant targets. So yeah, just one of those things to think about. But if you have the card and you like it, cool. If not, like I said, play another Charm Scoundrel, play a Bushwhack. Like, those are cards that are going to find their way into other lists anyway. Whereas I don't think Green Sun's Twilight goes into as many lists. So if you're looking to craft this, maybe even Atsushi could replace one of them. Give you a flyer that also can find you extra cards, which I think is good. If there's a board clear, something like that. So I think that's another reasonable option. But there are things you can play over it. So I would probably prioritize Atsushi, Charming Scoundrel, Bushwhack, in that order. Hopefully that helps. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Dragon Lord Atarka. Mostly because this card somehow snuck its way back up over $6, and felt like it was a bit lower for a minute, but you know, don't get me wrong, $6 isn't crazy, but when it was trending almost toward bulk at one point, but still, you know, it was a dragon, so it never went totally down. Kind of thought, okay, this will just be stuck at a certain level for a while, and it had a couple of reprints or printings, so meh. But the card is actually really good if you have any way to ramp, which there's tons now. It fits a lot of different commander decks. Just a big body, but being able to split 5 damage is really good because oftentimes you can take out 2 or 3 things when you're attacking, especially in a commander game. There's always some tokens or some 2/2 legend or something you can take out. So this card's actually pretty cool. Probably something to add to your trade binder if you just have them sitting around, or if you're just looking for a fun, different card to play, check it out. It's a blast. And if you enjoyed Gruul lists, but maybe you're looking for something faster, we played a really good Hasty Gruul list that seriously might be the best version of Hasty Gruul to date. So you might want to check that out. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.